It is a great program. It was put in during COVID to encourage employers to keep their employees and keep them off the unemployment rolls and all that mess. So ERC, it is basically reducing your payroll down. So it does become taxable to you. It's a way to get some money back, and it's a great program and can be worth a lot of money to a small business. It doesn't really matter the size of the business. Whatever the numbers that come up is a significant amount of money. So there are a lot of them that do, and truthfully, there are a lot of them that don't qualify, but I can't just put everything into one basket. Specifically targeted to quote unquote small businesses. If you're for 2020, if you're less than 100 employees, which pretty much all of us are, then you qualify in this program. For 2021, it actually moved up to 500 employees. Somehow they figure that if you're less than 500 employees, you're considered a small business. For the most part, this qualifies almost everybody. Like restaurants, that's a pretty easy one because government orders shut them down. But there's a lot of other ones that, because of a variety of reasons, directly or indirectly, that they do qualify for this too. So, plus one of the nice things is in 2020, nonprofits were not able to get the Payroll Protection Program. It was only for businesses. 2021, it changed slightly on that, but they do qualify for ERC, for the employee retention credits. And so that is one area that hasn't been hit hard, but a lot of nonprofits, and they do qualify for some of these things, for some of these programs. If they're shut down, if they can show their revenues are down and their donations and whatever else, we can show a lot of those things. So a lot of times I've had a couple of them that I've done, and they for sure qualified. So. One of the ways to qualify is a significant decline in gross receipts, and we're always comparing to 2019 similar quarters. So do remember that. So you had to have a 50% decline in your gross receipts year over year, but and then keep your employees. That was brutal. Okay. Not very many people qualified under that 50% unless they were basically shut down by a government order. This is the other one. So a full or partial suspension of operations during the year, any quarter, that would also qualify you. So there's other places too. You have to think about your business. Like, what happened? Okay. What was I shut down? And so 2021, they changed the rules. You still look at 2019, a comparative quarter. So in the first quarter of 2021, you look at first quarter 2019. And if your sales went down 20%, so 80% of what you had in 2019, then you qualify for that quarter and the next quarter. Okay. So you have to look at those, and then you just kind of follow it through. And potentially, like, how did it limit you? So sometimes you can still have use of your office and things like that, but because of a government order, a more than nominal portion of your business operations might be suspended. Okay. And so that was a new one that they put in place. And what is more than normal or more than nominal effect? And some of the Q&As they came out with, it says it's a 10% reduction in either revenues, that's like 10% of your business, or it's going to cost you a lot more to do the same amount of work. $2020, $10,000 of wages, you'll get up to $5,000 in credit. If it's more than $10,000, it's only the first $10,000, okay? And then you get 50% or $5,000 in credits for the whole year. 2021, again, that $10,000 of wages, but it's by quarter now, and it's up to 70% that first 10,000. At the end of 2020, Congress looked at it and they says, well, why didn't people do the ERC? And like I says, it was mostly the either or thing. So they says, well, we're Congress, we can change the rules. And so they allowed businesses to have both PPP and ERC. So that's primarily where we're getting them for our clients. You cannot use the same payroll dollars that you used for your forgiveness for PPP, but we can get others. So generally speaking, if you remember, is that the PPP 13, 15 weeks is what the payroll kind of covered. And depending upon how you worked your forgiveness package, that's what was kind of put in place. And so if you got, let's say you got your PPP April 1st, basically it took you through that second quarter. So all of that payroll is wiped out, but we can still look at ERC for the third and fourth quarter. Still today, even with advertising campaigns and everything else that we get hit with, people think it's either junk or they says, oh, that's not me. And my biggest point today is just to say, it may be you. Make sure that you educate yourself. And then there's a lot of misinformation out there from the telemarketers and other places that are just slamming your email and whatnot. I've received probably at least 50, if not 100 of them that I know of. A lot of them go into the spam junk mail folders, but we spent, I want to say, at least 100 man hours studying this, reading about it, taking coursework, putting systems and processes in place. And a lot of accountants, they were busy with, tax season and whatever else they do. They just decided not to do it. I would encourage people watching this going like, I wonder, call us and we'll put you through the tests, see if you qualify, and love to work with you as we go through.